Chris Cuomo rips corporate influence at the Democratic National Convention. Is he finally beginning to see the light? We're uncovering this and so much more here on Beyond the Headlines, only on Vigilant News. This segment is sponsored by My Patriot Supply, providing emergency meal kits to American patriots at preparewithvnn.com. I'm Elijah Schaefer. Let's start the show. Well, the Hill reports that many Democrats are beginning to see the light, or so we think. Chris Cuomo, who was once the CNN darling, said that the corporate influence inside of the DNC is appalling. Chris Cuomo rips the corporate influence at the conventions, the Hill reports. News Nation host Chris Cuomo tore into what he described Wednesday as corporate influence at the Democratic National Convention and in party politics more generally. He had a great segment. It's about 3 minutes long. I want you to watch it because really, this is the state of the country. This is where we're at. Watch.
A big theme here at the DNC is that they're going to go after corporate gouging, and they're going to go after corporations, whether it's in taxes, largesse, loopholes. The RNC, we heard the same thing. They're going after the elites, the two sets of rules. Let me reveal a reality to you that has to be spoken to here, okay? These are the soldiers. These are the men and the women that go back to their constituencies and their communities, and they fight. They take time from their jobs. They take time from their families. Republicans and Democrats alike, that's what they do. They need to charge these people up. They need to be able to get them on board. But there's another reality that is literally looking down on them. Greg, look at the ring of sweets, okay? This is not unique to Democrats. There is a game of money. When people talk about Uniparty, we are strangled by the money reality in our politics. Those suites start at 500 grand. You think there's like a teacher group up in there? You think it's like the Cub Scouts of Columbia County, South Carolina, that's up in those boxes? Some of them are lobbies and good things. The media boxes, you think they're free? Why do you think I'm on the floor? News Nation is not a broke company. Nexstar is a massive organization. We are corporate media. We don't have one of those boxes because that's the game. You pay to play. Those boxes are filled with the same people that they say they're going to regulate. They are literally looking down on the faithful and being told, yeah, we're going to break down on them. We're going to make them pay their share. They paid $500, $700, $1 million, $1.5 million to have those seats. They get hotel suites that are probably gifted to the party. And the same thing is true with the Republican side. And they're going to take them down. They're going to change how it is. They are looking down from on high at the people who make the difference in their communities.
And he has a point, right? These are the people that are supposed to be making a difference. These are the people that are supposed to be impacting the country. And they go, okay, we're going to change the nation. We're going to influence price gouging. Well, then I have a COVID booster to sell you here because that stuff's ridiculous. Speaking of the devil, Chris Cuomo was out there, and some people on the field were just as ridiculous as Chris. The BBC interviewed a troll from the right wing, and he was explaining, look, what the craziest part about this is not what the guy's saying in the trolling, but that the BBC realizes the left has lost such touch with reality that what he's saying they believe, right? And they continue to ask him questions. Watch.
What brought you out here today? No, listen, my name is Noah Shorts. I use he, they pronouns. I'm just really excited that we have, the first Black woman that could be the president of the United States. And, my wife, right, we're in a polyamorous relationship. The lover that my wife took is African-American. And, I've learned so much about the struggle that people of color go through as a result of my wife's boyfriend. And so I'm excited to really do my part to show solidarity for marginalized communities. And, the best way to do that is to get the first woman of color to be the commander-in-chief, and I'm really excited. I'm so pumped.
Were you this pumped and excited when Joe Biden was the nominee?
I mean, listen, I would vote for a corpse over voting for Donald Trump because he's a disgusting fascist, white supremacist pig. But now, we get to really make history. We have, like I said, we have the first woman of color to be.
And that's not too far from reality. Now, I found this gentleman. His name's Alex, and he is at the DNC right now. And I have him coming on the show in just a second here. But I want to remind you that this is the reality of the people in the United States. This is the reality of our country. They don't care if they know how to run the country. And in fact, they're running it into the ground. That's why real Americans like me trust My Patriot Supply to provide our family with emergency meal kits and supplies. Right now, their mega 3-month emergency food kit is jam-packed with 33 varieties of filling and delicious foods, including creamy chicken chicken flavored rice, old-fashioned Italian spaghetti, and savory cheesy broccoli soup. But you also get a bonus protein kit and diced beef, flavorful chicken chunks, and 3 varieties of beans, plus 9 different fruits, vegetables, and snacks. It's All. This emergency food kit provides a whopping 2,500 calories per day to keep you well fed and ready for anything. The way I see it, it's my solemn duty as an American to protect my family without waiting on handouts, and that starts with food that you can depend on for 25 years. Go to preparewithvnn.com. That's preparewithvnn.com to save $300 on your mega 3-month emergency food kit. It ships fast and free. Preparewithvnn.com. Go there right now and get $300 off the mega 3-month meal kit. Now, as I mentioned, it is crazy on the field. That's why we're talking to the man, the myth, the legend. Alex is on the show. Let's invite him in. Right, it is, Alex. Okay, so one of the funny things is that, you're on the ground, and the craziest part about your interview was that the BBC could not tell that it was not a real interview. I mean, they couldn't differentiate you from an average attendee at the convention. Tell me a little bit about what it's like on the ground, what kind of people you're seeing there. We've heard about the vasectomies, the abortions. What's some of the extreme things that you've witnessed?
Look, here's the thing, right? Like, you're seeing lines that take up multiple street corners and packed stadiums for Kamala Harris. But then when you talk to them, every single person that you talk to is going to tell you that they would rather vote for a literal corpse than vote for Donald Trump. So just because Kamala has all these people coming to her rallies, there's not a real interest in any kind of enthusiasm. And then when you talk to these people, it's basically just you're just literally listening to one unhinged conspiracy theory after the other. Like, oh my God, Donald Trump is going to jail his political opponents. Oh my God, Donald Trump is going to abolish the Department of Education. And actually, my nephew is my 9-year-old nephew is in the process of transitioning, and my nephew would not even be on hormone blockers if it weren't for the inclusive policies perpetuated by the Department of Education. I actually just posted a video of that where I talked to another proud white dude for Harris. So you're just literally dealing with people who are just totally in a different reality from what you are in. Like, they're believing the same talking points from CNN from 5 years ago, and it's almost like, yo, these people are literally lost forever. And you just want to do your best that you can as an American citizen who loves living here, to make sure that this doesn't spread to the people who doesn't spread beyond people who already have those beliefs. And that's just what I'm trying to do by going to these events, right?
Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit, you mentioned about the lack of enthusiasm. Obviously, from my end on the television, you have the perfect signs, Coach Walls, you have, we love you, Joe signs. Do you feel like the event is authentic, that the support is really there, or does it feel manufactured?
I think that the people who are going to Kamala rallies that are like in full-blown blue and on, that are like in the Trump derangement cult, I think they are excited because they actually get to vote for somebody who can speak in complete sentences. But on the ground with regular people, there are probably almost just as many people outside protesting against Kamala Harris. They're calling Biden Genocide Joe. They're calling her Killer Cam. I have a whole montage of photographs getting very far left, progressive, full-blown communists who bit their tongue, voted for Biden in 2020, that are having signs saying abandon Harris. I got a video with Cornel West telling me that he has absolutely no faith in a Kamala Harris presidency. Didn't force it at all. He just said that totally naturally. So, it looks like she has more enthusiasm because half the country is brainwashed. They literally eat seed oils and processed food, and they are getting pumped full of 1,000 different vaccines from Big Pharma. Dude, that messes your brain up, bro, especially when you're being raised by single moms and the family's all broken down and everything like that. We have a mental and a physical health crisis, and it's manifesting itself by people literally clapping like seals for the end of the United States.
Alex Stringer, your last thought on this, being out there in the field, you got in there, you're on the ground. Do you think that Trump supporters have anything to worry about in terms of actual support, or do you think that the worry should be more in the appearance of support, and then they're going to maybe rig the election? What do you feel is the answer here for Trump supporters in the upcoming election?
Okay, here's the thing, man. I grew up an athlete, and you got to always play to win. And, I'm doing this because I love living in America, and I'm making these videos because I genuinely want to fight tyranny, and comedy is the best way to fight tyranny, okay? In order to rig an election, there has to be a margin of fraud. What's happening is you're seeing this apparatus trying to generate enough enthusiasm through media and through visualization to create an illusion of there being widespread support for Kamala Harris. What I'm doing is I'm just doing my best to dismantle that, and it's literally by having normal conversations with people because it's not that difficult. And here's the other thing too, man. you know, look, you got these psychotic control freaks that want to enact a global government, give us CBDC, social credit scores, and do all this stuff. Everybody here knows that and understands that, right? But they can only do this if people comply with what they are doing. So, you know, if you elect Kamala Harris and people are mocking her relentlessly, even more so than Joe Biden, this New World Order never comes to fruition. And if there's nothing that these elites hate more than absolute mockery. And so, look, they're trying to say, oh my God, Kamala Harris, she's running a campaign through joy, right? I'm like, great. I want you to run the happiest campaign ever because I'm going to be 10 times happier making fun of you.
Awesome. Alex, thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. Stay safe out there. If people want to find you and follow you online, what's the best way that they can do that?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Elijah. My handle on X is at the Alex Stranger, ALEXSTRENGER, and Instagram is at Showtime Alex Stranger. Go on YouTube or Rumble, Alex Stranger. I got a Nostra. Literally just go Google the name Alex Stranger, ALEXSTRENGER. You will find me. I have a ton of videos, and please support and share my videos. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. To the rest of you guys watching, thank you so much again for watching the Vigilant News Network. We appreciate your support. If you want to get more videos like this, as people are putting their lives on the line, their reputations and their sanity to be able to talk to you and to be able to, keep this information coming, go ahead and sign up for our newsletter at vigilantnews.com, or you can follow us on X and Rumble. We're at Vigilant News. Have a great rest of the week, as always, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.